Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
19 yards right off the bat and a quick first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown, because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's see what you got. Ready?
2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards to pick up there.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. So they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Get it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And this is what we taught, game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's low. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Norton, throw left side, complete. It's Tucker, and they're able to bring him down at the 20. Oh, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll run on first down. Herndon, and he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw on second down. Walton over the middle, complete. It's Rose. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 21 carries, 111 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. He'll look to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do, D.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the first quarter.
On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, lock it.
It's going to be a long day. Check 37. Check 37. Shit.
Let's go.
Back to throw here. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Ready to break.
59. Mine's 59. I got you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Let's go one more.
5.
And to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
Let's go.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On first down, Herndon. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Looking to throw. Walton. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run on first down. Herndon. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
From the gun on 3rd down. Walton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Sam off. Ready to go.
2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Clear. Snap.
They'll set up to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there on third down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Penalty is declined.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense.
Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They struggle to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've reached halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the... The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's low. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, it's Lamb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
Story.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. Throwing on 3rd and long. Walton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll look to throw here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. 2nd and 14. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On 3rd down, Walton nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And a man over the middle, and it's complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down is paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. You were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now they try the right side here. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. Herndon takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now the Browns down on the scoreboard. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
That's it, baby.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now, still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later, they're going to have to stop the clock.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Let's go.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
95 is the sand. No, check his mic. I got you. You're all mine.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going on the field, but okay, I see you. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete.
Spike.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held